Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the RG Wing Gundam EW. Now, if you guys will remember, a few weeks back I did a review for the RG Wing Gundam 0 EW. That was in preparation for this kit, so I'll be able to compare them. So I will compare the two side by side in the review so you can see that. This kit, as we can see here, and as you should be able to guess, is going to be mostly the same. It looks like the entire body is essentially all the same. It's only the stuff added onto that, so the wings, the shield, the weapons, all of that is what's going to be new. I think maybe some of the color separation, so some of the runners are going to be separated a little bit differently, I think based on the colors, but ultimately the Gundam itself should be all pretty much the same, so it shouldn't really be anything too new in here. Now, I don't know about you guys, I prefer this design over the one with angel wings. But I'm interested to know which design you guys prefer. I like this one more. The Master Grade was really awesome, although it had trouble holding up that very long gun. I'm assuming this one is going to have trouble holding up the gun as well, but we'll see when we get it together. I'll show you guys that in the review, of course. Gotta say a big thank you to MindFenix Hobby Store, as always, for supplying me with this kit to share with you guys. Very much looking forward to checking this out. And yeah, looking forward to it. So, 2016 release. It's just been out in January, so it's been out for a little while. I assume some of you guys probably already have this kit already. We can see this is number 20 in the line. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't go for something a little bit more special, kind of, for number 20, considering that this is a kit that of a Gundam design that never actually ever appeared in anime form. So it's just kind of interesting that it's mostly like just a variant kind of suit to be number 20. A little bit surprising, but I don't know. Bandai is strange like that. Here on the side, we can see there's just the box art there, a little bit about the frame. Again, same frame that we had with the Wing 0. And then it can transform into bird mode. Not at the moment, not sure if I'll bother showing that in the review. As you guys know, I'm not really a big fan of bird mode suits. We do have, of course, the the decals there, realistic decals. And then we have our shield with the energy canisters. And here's what the kit is going to look like, just snapped up with no paint or anything and all the decals on there. So, of course, it's going to look really good with all the RG style part separation, color separation like that. It's going to look really nice and all those details on there. Here on the other side we can see is some action shots. It looks like in the photo anyway it's holding up the rifle okay. We'll have to see if the kit is actually able to do that. We are able to plug the action base into the backpack, which is nice. It does actually help quite a bit. Some other action poses there with the beam saber. Gonna be in green, we'll see that in a moment. And then yeah, you can change the energy canisters in the rifle. All of that. The list price 2,500 yen. Very reasonable, I think. Standard RG price. Here on the box, also as usual, you can see here is the MG Verka kit there. Very nice kit if you guys have never built it. And then the perfect grade of the other design, Angel Wing design. And we have in HG here the regular Wing Gundam as well as the Wing Gundam 0. And then the Wing 0 kind of Verka, this design in BB Senshi. So let's take a look here. There's our stickers right on the top, as well as our multicolored F runner, actually. I was about to say A, but then I looked and saw that it's F. There's our B runner of the inner frame, and then A runner behind that. And C, D2, white, and some blue there. And some more gray and white. More new parts there as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the manual here. It's going to be the normal style RG manual. Nice CG image of the Gundam's face on the front. Layout for the realistic decals on the back, where all of those are going to go, including on the weapons. Painting guide here for our pilot figure, as well as for the mobile suit itself. The mobile suit colors should be pretty standard Gundam colors. The pilot figure looks pretty nice. We'll see about painting that. I just recently painted a 1/100 scale version of Hero, Here's our parts list. So you can see on the A runner has been chopped down to move, probably to move some of those colors to a different runner, or that was stuff that's not used for this kit, I don't remember, but actually I think those are probably parts that are not used for this kit. So anyway, that's chopped off. We do have still a few parts that are not going to be used, a few parts on the C runner that are not going to be used as well. Other than that though, pretty much everything is going to be used. The construction, like most RGs, is going to be starting off with the legs first. The legs of this kit are really simple. It goes together really quite simply. Then on to the waist and body. If you guys remember from my review of the Wing Zero EW RG kit, I said that it was probably the most simple RG that I've ever built. The wings get a little bit more complicated, slightly, but it's really a pretty straightforward RG, so nothing too crazy. There's just a little bit more about the weapons, then onto the backpack. So here you can see a little bit about the construction of how the backpack's going to be going together. Guessing just a lot of sandwiching the different colors between each other. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad for like when you want to go to paint it. You won't have to do a whole lot of masking. Hopefully everything will go together okay, and you can open the machine guns there on the shoulders. You can open out the cockpit. Building the weapons here, there's our rifle. Those parts should be nice and long. And then the shield and the energy cartridge pod. And then last, just the hands. And then how to transform it here into bird mode, it looks like. So just going with that. And that's what we're going to be left with. It is going to look probably pretty cool with that huge long rifle out the front of it. But let's go ahead and take a look at the runners. So first thing is going to be our realistic decals here. Again, these, they look alright on your kits, but you are still probably going to see an edge of the stickers, which is what is unattractive about them. Really what you have to do is cut them very closely. So they're like pre-cut out, but you need to cut them like even more. Is a good way to make them look better. Still not quite as nice as water slides. Here's our A runner. Here, well, these are our off-white colors. So to give it that RG two-tone white color, those are the parts that are going to be in the very, very light gray off-white. Then we have just a bright yellow there for some parts here, and then just a really nice shade of blue actually. It's a very interesting shade of blue. Anyway, it's really quite nice. This runner is going to be, the marking is not changed for this. This is just the Wing Gundam Zero EW. Runner B is our advanced MS joint number 9 for our inner frame for the kit. Runner C is another multicolor runner here. We have red all through the middle, white there along the bottom, green for our 2 beam saber effect parts, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4 clear parts there for the eyes, the cameras in the arms, and then the chest. Now we're getting into some new parts here with runner D1. This is going to be all these new parts. I believe the parts for the head are going to be the same, and probably the parts there for the legs as well, but we do have, of course, a lot of new parts. You can see there's parts for the new shield, wings, and energy racks, the energy container racks on there. So because this is a new runner, we do have a different marking for this one. This one is going to be marked RG 1144 Wing Gundam EW. Then we have runner D2, which is just a copy of one section of the D1 runner. Runner E is back to that really nice shade of blue once again here for some more new parts here in blue, including our little pilot figure there. This little standing posing Hiro Yui figure. Runner F is again another multicolor runner here, red across the top, yellow, more yellow there on the side, and then a bunch of gray all for everything else. It almost looks like the gray, yeah, there is actually 2 tones of gray here as well. These parts here in the center is kind of a regular standard gray. These parts all along here on the bottom is a darker gray. So that is pretty cool. It's very hard to notice, but you can, if you look closely, or notice, and then you can see the connection points of the actual trees there as well. And lastly, runner G is just back to normal gray here for some more sort of inner frame parts. Now, again, like I said, one of the things that makes this such a simple RG is that aside from the B runner, it doesn't have a lot of inner frame that you're going to be putting onto it. A lot of other RG kits have like the B runner, which is the basic inner frame, and then you add a lot of more inner frame parts like onto that before you start adding on armor. For this kit, because the Gundam is so small in size, it's smaller than other Gundams, there isn't a lot of room for too much more sort of inner frame parts being attached onto the B runner. So pretty minimal in that aspect, so that's what makes this a pretty quick build. Here on the G runner, we can also see is our connection parts for using the RG, the Dreswerg rifle parts for this. Now, I do have that here, and I've had this for a while. I unboxed this a long time ago. If you wanted to see my unboxing of this, you can check out that video somewhere. Just search for it and you can find it. I was going to review this with the RG Wing Zero EW, but I forgot, so I'm going to be reviewing this. I don't know if I'm going to make it a separate video or not yet, or just talk about this in the review of this kit as well. But either way, I will be showing this off later as well. So that's going to do it for unboxing the Wing Gundam EW, the number 20 kit in the RG line. Now, I forgot to mention here, talking about the stickers, I'm not going to be using these, so as usual, if any of you guys want these, let me know. It's going to be first come, first serve, the first one to leave a comment down below saying you want to claim these stickers, and I'll send them out to you. I might use 1 or 2 just for the review, so hope you guys don't mind. Otherwise, the majority of all these marking ones, things like that, I'm not going to use. So I'll send these out to you if you want. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. If you have any other questions or comments in general, leave those down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the review. Bye bye!